So, EPT Prague is back this year. Now, traditionally, it's the final European Poker Tour festival of the year, and for that reason, it has a special place in our hearts, Joe.
However, in 2015, it was especially special due to a heads-up match we would never forget and a winner who would go on to become a world champion.
I think you're going to like this one, so tell us that you like it. And also, while you're clicking buttons, subscribe to the channel.
And these are the chip leaders coming into play today. Sam Chartier from Canada is the big stack with more than 200k. Other players in the tournament top 10 include the winner of the EPT 11 Grand Final, the first ever Spanish winner on the European Poker Tour, Adrian Mateos. Woodhead has raised to 2,000. Actions on Anton Wigg.
These two just cannot stop it, can they? They've set something in motion now that is going to ruin the rest of their day.
Another quick update from the outer tables. Walid Bouhabib is up to 160k now.
Nice.
More than double the tournament average. So Wigg calls, El Khoury calls, and Hellman calls as well. We are going four-way to the final flop of this level. 6-4 deuce.
Crazy flop. He who bets wins, Rodney. 4,000 from Jonathan.
Hellman leading. Gets the pre-flop aggressor to fold. Action now on Wigg. Looks like he's staying in. And El Khoury passes, so heads up to the turn. It's a 5. Hellman is now checked. And Wigg checks as well. We get an 8 on the river.
Eight on the river. The players have an 8 on the river. 17,400 up for grabs and
A bet from Hellman. 11,000. Wigg shoves. Raises all in. And Hellman now finds himself in a spot.
I'm so surprised by that. His glasses nearly fell off. Oh, such a sick spot to find yourself in. A lot of love for the pocket threes. Two minutes chewing this one over.
Do you know what card I'd like to have here?
No?
7!
Always with 7.
It's a call! And Wigg.
Oh, it's good. Oh, he has got. Oh, man.
Tables 6-7. He had the 7. He has the straight. It was a set of 4s for Hellman.
Plus att jag tror varken Theo eller han kommer squeeza någonsin typ, utan att ha.
Big double up for Anton Wigg on the last hand of the level, up to 80k, back up to near enough where he started the day. Jonathan Hellman down to 6,000 chips. Survive these next 2 levels, you bag your stack, you come back for day 3, and that's when we make the money. Join us for our world famous bubble coverage here on EPT Live from noon Central European time tomorrow. It's Sunday. There's literally nothing else to do.
Nothing, not a single thing to do.
Well, this hand is Montury against El Khoury. El Khoury, the pre-flop raiser. Montury defending his big blind. Montury check-called the flop for 6,000. He has checked the turn.
Okay, let's see a free river.
Another ace. So I think Montury may have led this river. And then gets raised by El Khoury. My bad, I went check on the turn.
Yeah, 6,600 was the bet from Montury, then the raise to 13.2.
Which means it's a min raise.
Yeah.
He's clicked it.
Clicked it back like a pro.
And Montury calls. Does anyone want to show their hand?
No, traditionally they don't.
Get on with it.
It's going to be a raise. I'll call the floor if you like, but
It's going to be a raise for sure.
he's raised you 6,000.
Oh, what's happened? It wasn't a call.
Yeah, so your 6,600 on top of that would be 9,4. So 19,4.
Montury put out too many chips.
Oh.
If you'd like, you can call the floor. If not, the bet is 19,4. Call the floor? Okay.
Oh.
You want
I
that,
mean,
guys? Or?
why bother? It's just like, it's super obvious you can
know, but
angle,
if
it's
he
super
does-
obvious you can angle shoot like that. And
He does have the right still to call
yeah,
the
of
floor.
course. Like,
Floor, please, on table 5.
I'm saying it's a waste of time.
So the floor's been called, but Anton Wigg is saying it's a complete waste of time. The ruling will go that this is a raise. And I don't know whether this is Montury getting
Floor,
confused
please,
with the
table
chip
5.
denominations, or is this some kind of angle?
Oh, surely not this level.
Here comes Kate.
Hey.
Okay, so action on the river.
Double check.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Wow, it's being referred up as to whether this will go as a call or whether this is a legitimate raise. Kate's returning.
Are there any toilets? Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that would be 19,4 then, sir. Thank you, Kate.
Would you be able to ask the drinks person to come up?
So now I can make whatever I want.
Yeah, actions now reopen to you. Your options are the same.
Yeah, so he's been forced to make the min raise.
The raise now is the bet that's standing is 19,400.
19.4, okay.
I can raise you easily, but I feel bad really. I just call.
You sure?
Okay. Ace, yeah. I feel bad only, that's why.
6,600 became 13,200. That's a raise of 6,600. Therefore, the next raise would be to 19,800. It has to be another 6,600, so the total here should be 19,800, not 19,400.
19,400. Again, yeah, it's 19,800. Yeah, it is 19,800.
And they have just verified that, and that is what will be paid here. El Khoury decides that he will not re-raise. He just calls, and he has the best hand. And I'm now mentally and physically exhausted. Coming in to day 3, we just mentioned Gleb Trenzin leads the field. Neil Farrell, our most recent EPT main event champion, is second in chips. Also up there, Sam Chartier. He was the start of day chip leader on day 2. Sam Greenwood still a big stack. And then, of course, we've got the guys who are hoping to scrape into the money but need to make something happen to get to the bubble. Among them, Munim Kuduri. With 22,500 chips, he's in the danger zone.
Danger zone!
Meanwhile, there is a hand in action on one of the outer tables, although it looks like plays is included here. Lodden just re-raised João Vieira, and Lodden takes it down. And Lodden, with that stack, on course to cash for his 4th main event in a row.
There's a good chance Johnny cashes here.
Strong chance. Strong chance.
Here we go. All in on the feature table. We are all in with Jesus. He's got the triangle of death in front of his meager stack.
He chooses not to fold out of the tournament.
Showdown, please. I'm showing ace-10 suited. Like sweet use of suit from Mario. So ace-10 suited against sweet use of suit. Let's see the flop. Oh, top is check 5 and the 10. So now Murray needs help.
Ace
to
4
fail
for
or
a
maybe run on
sweat.
a straight. Turn 9. So drawing that. Last card, river, please. It's an ace.
So we have definitely
Okay, so
lost
the first player out.
Jesus Muriel,
So you hold the
but there
money.
is another
Now you hold
all-in
the
over on table 5. So Muriel could still chop 151st place, because Gatas Cortas is all in against Reina Kemper, and Thomas Lamache is making his way over there now.
Okay, ace jack, all in against pocket kings. Let's see the flop. It's the ace, so the all-in player hits the ace. Turn. It's
Looks
a 4,
like
and the last card.
Jesus is going to be the bubble boy. Sure enough, that's a double
So
up.
with a
So
double
Jesus
up, the main
Muriel
player-
goes out on the
So we are
bubble.
down.
And that means we are down to 151 players, and that means we are in the money at the EPT Prague main event. Everyone else guaranteed at least 8,910 euros. Jesus Muriel, who literally blinded out of the tournament, walks away with nothing. Thank you for the answer, Neon. Thank you for joining us for our world-famous bubble coverage. You might get to see one more all-in before you go. Benoit Jean has shoved for his last 56,000.
He made it! Is this the staller? The staller made it. Tanky McStallerson. I thought it was Tanky McWaiterson.
McWaiterson, sorry.
There we go.
I was thinking of his cousin.
He was at one of the outer tables. It's impressive they both cashed, though.
It just goes to show you.
I'm going to watch this one, then I'm going to go leave and watch the Deuces Wild tournament. It's one of my favorite tournaments.
Mateos is called, putting Jean at risk.
Ruben zit er ook nog in. Ruben.
Jean all in with 10s, called by Adrian. Mateos is 6s.
Looking pretty good for a Jean double up. Oh!
Flop better, Adrian.
7. Whoops.
7 ball.
He's calling for the running 7s.
I folded the 7.
Somebody just was nice enough to tell me folded one of 7s.
Otherwise, he had a real good shot at
Yeah,
hitting
his
it.
outs were so much better if it was, 2 7s and 2 10s.
It's not a good card.
It's half a good card. It's half of what he needed. It's 2 5s equal 110.
Well, he needs a 10 on the river.
If only, Neil.
We'll have to come up with a new tournament where you can add up the board cards.
Funny you should say that. Not a 10.
So Benoit Jean, a.k.a. the Staller, goes out into the money. We are already down to 147 players, by the way. Post-bubble bust-out bonanza in full swing.
We're going to bring...
So we'll recap what happened here. Chartier, the original raiser, called by Daoudad. Chartier's continued to flop for 18,000 into a pot of 39,000. So Daoudad has raised this continuation bet. And Chartier makes the call, so we are going to the turn with a big pot in play. 115,000 in the middle. So Daoudad has followed up his raise on the flop with a bet on the turn. And he's done the classic bet the same amount that you raised to before. Chartier's sticking around.
Sticky little player.
And we've got near enough 200K in the middle right now.
Am I on your way here? Can you? Yeah. It doesn't go any further
There's
down without
nothing,
breaking
it's
off.
fine. I'm not that bothered.
I could like do a little wheelie.
All in and a snap call.
King kong chakung. What on earth?
Chartier's got him well covered.
Ça va pas durer longtemps?
Wow.
It is kicker problems for the French player. Au revoir, Daoudad.
These are our chip leaders right now out of the remaining 67 players. It's changed considerably since we last picked it up.
Abbas Moradi is top of that table, 1.38 million.
By the way, we do have a significant pot developing here.
Yeah, it's worth picking up the action here. Moradi, one of the two-table big stacks, open pre. Ferrero defended his big blind and check called the flop for 28k. Moradi's now bet 82k on the turn. 212,000 in the middle right now.
And a below average stack contemplating this call, which will be more below averager if he loses this pot.
Like if I was in Ferrero's shoes right now, I'm definitely calling with an ace. And I might let go on the river, but there's no way I'm folding an ace here because it's so easy for him to make up the story pretending like he opened pre-flop. Yeah, I have ace king. I have a really monster and I'm gonna shoot twice. With ace king in this spot, I'm guessing he would only check the turn because he's afraid of getting re-raised with ace against ace jack or ace nine. So I see myself calling 3 shots there. And then I might be unlucky and look into ace jack, ace nine. But I doubt he's got ace king or ace queen.
Ferrero has checked for a third time. Let's see if we get that third bet from Moradi.
I mean, if you're Ferrero and you just have, you know, an ace, one pair here, you're not really doing very well against hands that are betting 3 streets for value.
Yeah, but the problem is what hands are betting 3 streets for value? Let's say you have ace king there. Wouldn't you be slightly afraid that Ferrero is going to wake up with ace jack, ace nine, stuff like that? So I think if I had ace king, I'm going to eventually slow down. I might bet the flop on the turn, but then I'm definitely checking the river.
Depends on the player. I think some players are going to be. I think some players are going to have a good enough read on the situation to be able to go for 3 streets with ace king. But I would admit it's dicey, and I'm probably not capable of it.
No.
So there is the third barrel from Moradi.
I think it's very well played if he's doing this with ace king. But it could be the stone cold bluff.
That's a call from Ferrero.
It looks like State was right. Let's see what he turned over. I want to see the cards.
No, it looks like it was mucked.
Oh, they're both mucked. Wow.
So there you go, Theo.
So
triple barrel bluffing.
Triple
Maybe
barrel
something like
bluffing.
king queen that just missed the whole way.
It's that strange rule that we have on the EPT that where Ferrero calls, if Moradi elects to muck his bluff and not show his hand, Ferrero is awarded the pot by virtue of being the last remaining player with cards in front of him.
Yeah.
What do we got here? What do we got here? Aces. Versus, was it queens? Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Ladies. And maybe Lamprecht let this sort of previous hand and the dynamic lead him to believe that Miller couldn't have it here. Talked himself into thinking he had the best hand. Good old-fashioned cooler.
Wow.
Lamprecht behind and at risk. Pretty unfortunate.
That really escalated quickly. Oh!
All right, in the window.
Ich nichten lichten.
Yikes.
Feel free to vomit anytime you want. Ori behind.
You have king jack.
No, that doesn't work. That doesn't set you up at all.
Nope. Cool, though. Because this is a pretty gross pot.
2.75 mil. No, don't do that.
No, it's okay. I'll allow it.
Ouch.
That was horrific for Ori Miller. Down to just 390K now. That is just over a third of the tournament average.
So 23 remain today. We kicked off day 4 of the EPT Prague main event with 67 players returning to the tables. And Mark McDonald is one of the players who is at our feature table. Second in chips coming into play, Gleb Trenzin from Russia. Among the other big stacks, WPT Prague winner Javier Gomez, Gavin O'Rourke from Ireland, who won 100K for finishing second in a $1 million spin and go yesterday. And we've got a few super short stacks, including Thomas Platica. He is very much in the danger zone.
Danger zone.
So it was Mark McDonald from Ireland who started day 5 as chip leader. He has around 2.6 million. And he's 3-bet. Gleb Trenzin, another guy who's held the chip lead at various points throughout this tournament.
Special Agent Gleb Trenzin.
So Trenzin calls the 3-bet, will play the flop out of position. Ace 9-5, rainbow flop. Hello to Daniel. He tweets, evening all, finished work today. Now for some EPT goodness.
Canadian poker player on Twitch is registered for both. Woot woot, Canada for the win.
We need to keep one eye on what's going on in the EPT Prague main event. McDonald has continued flop for 320,000. Trenzin calls.
Big pot brewing here, 1.5 million in the middle and likely to be more.
King of spades on the turn. Big tower of green, those are the 25K chips. So there was 1.46 million in the pot.
660.
And this is a bet of 660,000. Which means Trenzin has committed an even greater percentage of his chips as he calls this turn bet, generating a pot of 2.8 million as we go to the river, which is the 5 of hearts.
Wow. This pot's bigger than the average stack. No one has a pot-sized bet left behind. Yeah, if he was setting up a river shove, he can do it pretty easily here.
And he's been called. All in and a call on the river.
He doesn't like it.
A set of 9s.
So it's 9s full of 5s and 5s full of aces.
Oh, house over house sickness.
What a cooler.
That river.
Man, that's a spot he didn't really want to improve, isn't it?
So Gleb Trenzin is now up to 5.6 million as Mark McDonald, who rivered what he thought was the winning full house, goes down to 185K, 3 big blinds. An under the gun shove for 985K. Remember, blinds now are 30,000, 60,000.
Yeah, and McDonald is thinking about it, and this is a very interesting place for him to get it in because he basically is protected by the 1 million chip shove. So while the shove means the guy is stronger, he probably only has to fade one opponent.
He's also looking at the payouts and realizing that 13th and 12th pay exactly the same, 50,990.
So did he call or did he?
He's called all in.
Yeah, he called all in, okay. I think that's probably quite, because with 3 blinds, if he opens the betting, basically the entire table is going to call and check it down.
Meanwhile, Amarov wants a count of the biggest stack, which is Walker.
They're in. Boom.
Wow, Amarov calls, putting 2 players at risk. Buttshammer and Trenzin fold. Javier Gomez.
Watch him wake up with jacks and go, like, what am I doing?
Oh, man, Gomez.
It's jacks. It's jacks. I called it.
Pocket hacks.
Jotas.
Wow, he reshoves.
This is sick.
Okay, it's not Hotas anymore.
So Gomez all in for 2.5 million. Amarov calls. We have a four-way all in with 3 players at risk.
Thank God Alice is in the box.
It's queens for Gomez, jacks for Walker,
Oh my goodness.
and kings for Amarov, who's got them all covered.
Wow.
Here comes the flop.
There's a 9.
And 3 spades,
Wow.
and the queen of spades is in Gomez's hand. It's an ickle bit sweaty. Deuce of diamonds on the turn. The river card is the 6 of diamonds. That's a blank. Kings hold, and we get a triple elimination from the feature table.
If he has a spade, yes, but not this.
Unassisted triple play, ladies and gentlemen. Is that an EPT first?
That is awesome. I mean, I feel bad for all the guys that just got cold decked, but that was sick.
1, 2, 3. We're down to 10 players now.
Living a dream.
Heads up. In EPT. Okay, man. Not bad.
And we're heads up. Russia's Gleb Trenzin has a commanding chip lead over Germany's Hussein Ensan. The lines are 150,000, 300,000 with a 50,000 ante. And Joe, we're going to give you another go to play against Ensan. We're going to sweat with Gleb once again.
Of course we're going to sweat with Gleb. He refuses to take down that top button. Dang.
Ensan has raised. Trenzin has ace-king.
Hussein said he doesn't like to play big pots pre-flop, which is the reason why I want to make this pot bigger now.
1,000,006.
There's the 3-bet from Trenzin.
Hussein doesn't seem that thrilled about it.
He calls with the advantage of position. The flop is 5-5-4.
Not a huge fan of this board. I think we should c-bet small and then maybe just shut it down from there.
Trenzin does not c-bet. He checks the action to Ensan, who checks behind.
Okay.
8 on the turn. And still no bet from Trenzin. Ensan, on the other hand, will bet 700k.
This bet is so small, we have to call. I think he tends to bet small when he doesn't have it. I think.
Trenzin calls with ace high. The river card is a 10.
I say let's check one more time. Hope for a free showdown.
There's the check. I don't think Ensan's checking behind. He is loading up.
Maybe he's just building a chip castle before he checks.
Oh. He's really loading up.
All in.
He shoves!
Awesome. We fold. We fold.
Gleb's not convinced. Could ace high be the best hand here?
I mean, it's possible. But
he calls! Ensan tables a full house!
I don't know. This dude's kind of random. I was just flipping a coin back here anyway.
He flopped it! And got the absolute maximum. So it's almost even again. Trenzin with 8-4.
Call.
Completes. Ensan checks his option. His hand, queen 5. And he's still ahead. Bottom pair now. Action goes check, check. Deuce on the turn, doesn't change anything. Trenzin has picked up a gut shot, and he bets it, 400k.
It's the most passive pot we've seen them play so far.
Ensan calls.
Nice try, Gleb. Now give up.
6 on the river, so Ensan still has the best hand. And he's going to bet it. 400k.
Gleb's raise of a super small river bet got a fold before. Pretty good reason to think it might work again.
There's the bluff from Trenzin, 2.3 million.
It doesn't look like it's going to work.
Ensan re-raises.
Good call. You call? Yeah. You win. I've just 5. 5.
Yeah, it's a good call.
I think there's some confusion here. I think Gleb thought Ensan was calling.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I win.
Yeah.
Yes, I win. 4,6.
4-6.
I said good call.
Call. You call.
No, I said good call.
I call. I raise. Hey man,
But I
you
didn't
call.
say it.
I call. I call. I call. I say I call.
Floor?
Yeah, he bet 400.
Of course, I'm not calling. We say.
This is I raise. This is I raise.
You said raise. Like it's clear.
He didn't say raise.
Raise, my friend.
And you said call.
I said good call, not that I'm calling. How can I call with 8-4?
Well, this is awkward.
Let's go back to the tape and hear what Gleb said.
Good call.
Good call.
You win.
He thought Ensan was calling, and he praised him on his call.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Okay, gentlemen. It's okay. I don't want more. It's okay. It's okay.
Of course, I'm not calling.
No. I don't want more. Yeah. It's okay, man.
Yet another amazing display of sportsmanship.
Be careful.
Yeah,
it's okay.
sorry for that. It's my mistake, but...
Maybe poker is a sport.
But next time, please don't bluff.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
It's not good.
But you bluff also.
I have 5. It's don't flop. You have nothing.
I kind of want both these guys to win. I did not see that being resolved so happily.
Well, the blinds are up to 200, 400 with a 50k ante, which means Gleb Trenzin is now playing fewer than 20 big blinds. Hussein Ensan, the dominant chip leader, and he has aces. He limps.
Wow.
Million.
Trenzin raises with Queen Jack suited.
How much?
Things are about to get swifty in here.
Ensan continues to play it slow. He flats.
This is very, very suspicious.
And this could be fatal for Trenzin. He's paired his queen.
Things are about to get real swifty in here.
He checks. And Ensan continues to slow play. He checks behind.
Jeez.
9 on the turn. Trenzin's going to come out firing. 1 million.
Kind of seems like Hossein check calls a lot and then bombs the river when he has it, but there's pretty much no way Gleb can know that.
Ensan calls. The river card. An inconsequential 4.
There's going to be consequences, all right, for Gleb.
260.
2.6 million.
I go all in.
And Ensan shoves on him.
I know that Hossein and the membrane, Ensan and the brand plays nuttier than Bear Grylls used pine cones, but I think when he moves all in here, you have to consider the fact that a large percentage of the time he is gonna have it.
This is a decision for Gleb Trenzin's tournament life. This is a decision for the title.
Can I fold in this bank?
Really tough to fold here and leave yourself 3 million to his 30.
Trenzin calls all in and busts.
It is over.
Good game.
Yes!
Hussein Ensan is the winner. He is the champion of the Czech Republic.